Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining me for this video. Today we're going to talk about distractions. So as you may be experiencing in withdrawal, some things become much harder to enjoy and or actually do. For example, watching TV, a lot of the shows can create triggers of anxiety. I know that it was very hard for me to watch TV. I avoided it. It was very one of the worst things about it was that I couldn't watch even comedies. Things would trigger me. Uh, I would also not be able to listen to the music that I loved and things of that sort. And I had the nighttime terrors kind of thing. So and sometimes even from taking, for example, I was taking CBD plus THC to go to sleep. So sometimes I would have the THC would cause me to have those crazy kind of like thoughts and when I was going to sleep. So before I found the right ratio for basically being able to go to sleep without this. The good thing was that my dreams were good, so I was sleeping well and the dreams were good. So I didn't really mind it that much because I knew that once I fall asleep, I'll be okay. It was the opposite before. I would go to sleep, and the minute that I would sort of like go into the sleep trance, I would start having weird, um, imageries and movies kind of coming into my vision, sort of, and it was scary. So one of the things that I've done when I was in withdrawal was use AI. I was very fond of it. There's a few things that I've used, and I want to show you. And I want to show you. And one of the things that I liked about it is that it gave me control. I mean, I before this all started and the AI started to be like the generative AI that create photos started to be a thing. I was shocked. I was just shocked that it's even possible to create those images, just to describe something and create those images, and I loved it. So when this started to happen, the only thing that I did was to create images and actually sell them as in stock photography. So there was one service that allowed to sell them, and I'm still selling till this day. I'm getting money out of it, so that was really good because I couldn't do anything else. And the other thing about it is that it gives you a lot of control. So it doesn't take a lot of effort to do, and mentally or physically, and because of that, you can do it even in withdrawal. It's not, it's not really enjoyable as much as it would be if you weren't, because anhedonia was very big in my recovery, unfortunately. But yeah, it was something I could do, something that didn't take a lot of effort, and when it would create things that are a bit weird or scary, because I like doing those things. Even in withdrawal, I was like pushing myself a little bit. um, I was in control. So it wasn't my mind creating those imageries that I saw. It actually looked very similar when you do the video. It was actually really close to how the video was very. It's in infancy and doing like crazy stuff rather than doing real stuff. And it would trigger me, but I would still be in control. So it was like a workout, I guess, for my tolerance for crazy stuff that comes from my mind. Would stop bother me so much because I was in control in real life, creating stuff like that too. We'll look at some of the things. So I've used there's the free things. For example, you can see here I asked them to make Copilot of Microsoft. So it started with Bing. Copilot adopted the DALI 3 uh, uh, engine, and it's completely free. So this is something nice because you don't have to do it, and it's a general AI, so you can actually have chats with it, which is something I'm going to show you with Gemini. But you can use it for anything. You can tell it. Uh, Again, it's a Microsoft product. There's bugs. I used to actually joke maybe a year ago when you would ask it to do something that is a bit unsavory, it would get insulted, virtually insulted, and it would tell you, "Don't think that's appropriate, guy." And I'm feeling uncomfortable. Let's move on to the next subject. It literally would say it's time to move on. It would be like, very politely saying you're becoming annoying to me. And it's a robot, so it used to, instead of just saying, yeah, this is against our terms of service or something. But in any case, as you can see, I already asked them to do something, and it's really cute. And you can ask them to do, can you make them adopt the alien? Let's see what it says. I don't know if, yeah. Two kids filled with joy and excitement holding cute alien in their arms with big smiles on their faces. Ah, that's so cute. I don't know if that's an alien. That looks more of like an earthling, but that's definitely an alien. So yeah, so it's really cute and it's something you can do. Now, I don't use that usually. I used to use Midjourney. Midjourney is great. I don't use it anymore because the other engine, Ideogram, has really good text, so I use that too. But what I like about Midjourney is that the results are stunning. They're very artistic, and there's a lot of things you can do with it. A lot. You can expand it. You can, yeah, just look at those photos. It's just really, really great. And yeah, and now it's like, I don't know what version it is now, but it's probably, it used to be 6, so I assume it's already 7. I'll have to check. But it's very realistic, but it also has this artistic quality to it. You can tell that it's like it's not, it's a photo, but it's also uh, has a, I don't know, really good composition. And yeah, so in a way you can tell that it's AI, but it's also very, very sharp and very beautiful. So I highly recommend it. And yeah, that's Mid Journey. Now, one of the things you need to remember is that you can make it do things that are not savory. And a lot of times, because it's AI, you would still have all sorts of like weird stuff. So with Ideogram is really good when it does like one person. So I can say a beautiful, I can see I already did some with cats. A beautiful woman holding holding an alien flower uh, in a distant solar system. Let's see what it comes up with. We'll do realistic and we generate. Now, what I love about this is it only for $10, I think, you get unlimited generations, so it's much cheaper than Midjourney. Of course, there's other ones that are free, but this one specifically, I think that if you're in withdrawal, you want an unlimited version, so you don't have to limit yourself. You can just do it. I get some credits, and it gets slower once I reached a level. But right now, you can see like it's. I still have credits, so yeah, and that's something that also Midjourney also has a unlimited version. But what happens is that once you get to a certain level of credits, it would slow down things. So you basically be in a relaxed mode, they call it, which is really just like as if you crossed a threshold in your internet providers. Used to be very popular to basically get like 1 gig, and once you cross that threshold, you still have it, but the speed goes down. So, but look at that, it's really, really beautiful. Now you need to remember, oh, some alien holds our hand. You need to remember that some of it can be triggering. So you see that I'm just creating, very beautiful things here because this video is for people that can be triggered very easily. But on my channel, the GK Front, everything is extremely not safe for work and, things of that sort because I find it humorous. I have a very dark humor. And I probably won't share it here, but yeah, so this can be like a bit weird and scary. But what you need to remember is if it does, if it creates something that triggers you, just remember that you're in control. So it could also be a way to train yourself to not be triggered, even when you're in withdrawal. I understand it's chemical, but it would teach you like to be like, yeah, that made me feel uncomfortable, but I created it. It's mine. So yeah, and now what we can do is we can download this and use it in video creations. So if we go here, I started a new session with Runway ML. I don't know if there's anyone that's free. This is actually quite expensive because you see I have an unlimited pack, so it's also not completely. I get credits that are done very quickly, but I also have explore mode, which is really the same. And it says in explore mode, your generators won't use credits, but may take longer. For faster generators and run more at the same time, turn on credits mode. And I find that it's really, really fast anyway, if you use the turbo option here. So I think that with the turbo, you actually need to upload an image, and it's better doing that, to be honest. What I'll do is I'll just use the normal version. So right now it's Gen 3 Alpha. It's been like this for a long time. They added a few things, but. And what I like about, by the way, Runway in general, it has a lot of modes. So I'll show you in a second. But if you look here and go to dashboard, there's so many things that you can do. Lip sync, audio, you can create audio, you can create like basically people talking, text to image. There's more stuff. I don't know, let's say generative audio, text to image, all tools. See, you can expand the images, uh, do a lot of stuff, frame interpolation, erase and replace. You can do a lot of stuff with it, and it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So, by the way, you can do also with ideogram. I didn't show you other stuff that you can do. One of the things that I like about ideogram, that's why I'm using it, and you've seen those images in my videos too, because I use it. Well, not videos. I actually created a post recently with some of those, but holding aside, recovery is near. And now you'll see it's very, very fast. That's what I love about ideogram too. Midjourney takes longer. In here, it's literally I think under 20 seconds. I get like an image, maybe 30, but you can see it's very, very fast. This is not, this is real life, real time. So see, she has this sign. You see how the text is so good. With other AI tools, including Midjourney, it's really, really bad. Usually, it won't do it very well, but here it does it really well. So what we can do now is I'll go back to here, and I'll show you what I can do with it. So let's do new session, and I'll call it Guide the Taper Red GTTM. That's it. And now let's upload the image. You can select assets, but you can also upload. So I'll just show you. I upload this. It will tell me to cut it. Now, one of the things that I like, you can use it. You can create like. Actually, let's do that. You know what? I'll show you this. So, this is the first frame. No, I don't know why. Usually I can do it. It can upload something like first frame and last frame. We'll try to do it later. Not sure why I can do it here. But let's say that I use this and I'll describe it. A beautiful. You don't have to, by the way. You can just let it do its thing. We'll do that too. A beautiful woman. Once I selected that, by the way, I could go to turbo. Turbo is just way more, way faster. With turbo, you can do that. You can add keyframes. So I can, let's say that I just want at the end. I think that it's just working on that. Let's see what he does with the cat. It's not the best cat that I've ever seen on AI. For some reason, before I was recording the video with this lady, and when she's walking, I'll show you some videos later of this. This tail becomes a leg and stuff like that. It's a bit, yeah. That's like the uncanny valley thing, where and you see like extra limbs and stuff like that, and that's the triggering thing. So you need to remember it's just AI. A beautiful woman, uh, having a flower turn into a kitten while out in nature. Let's see. So let's see how many it gives me. I usually just click and click and click and click and do a few. It will usually give me enough. I can do more. Think so? No. So it stops me at 6. Yeah, you're on a roll. He likes to say that. It's really annoying because I'm always on a roll. Of course, I'm going to maximize it. But see how fast it is? This is real life. I'm not running the video faster. It's just really, really fast. That's what I love about Turbo. Just imagine what's going to happen in the next years. I know it's a bit scary too because there's so much fake news around, but let's see what it does. Okay, that's not bad. That's a very tricky morph. But let's see in here. So you do a few because every time it's something else. That's cute. See? And now it will morph the background because it's yeah. So it did yeah, it wasn't perfect because the background is completely different. But let's see what else it did here. Yeah, he doesn't know what to do with the background, I think. So it just morphs it as a fade, but yeah, you can imagine you can create more stuff, but just understand that it's just how it's, yeah, not too far away. Still amazing that it knows that there's a cat and that she needs to hold it at some point. That was good. That was not bad. That was pretty good. See the last one. This is what I meant. Look how all the limbs are growing. That was not bad. It's just that the cat had too many limbs. Uh, yeah. But still pretty amazing, right? And you can create a lot of stuff here. Now, one of the things that I also like, there's also generative audio. And so you can see I already created a few things. But it's also very fast and it's also quite cheap. I think it's $10 also for like, I don't think it's unlimited. You get credits, but you get a lot. So reset prompt. And now we can do something new. So let's say a song about, that's what I did before, a song about a puppy who found enlightenment in India in an ashram in Goa. He tries to uh, make a pitch that every monk should eat dog food and as a way for enlightenment. So something silly like that. Now you can do 30 seconds, they can do 2 minutes. I usually do the 30 seconds. The 2 minutes, surprisingly, is actually just twice the credits, not 4 times. But and you can do lyrics, auto-generate or instrumental, and you can also go here and do this here with a lot of more options. So uh, yeah, you can see 2 credits and 4 credits. Usually, you can say, let's do from the beginning. Let me start from the beginning. Style to avoid. That's interesting. So they have a lot of new things. I haven't used it for a long time. I've did a lot of songs, very inappropriate songs, unfortunately, that I put it in the GK Front website. But yeah, so let's make it Prompt strength very high. Lyric strength higher. Clarity is good. Let's do it ultra because I want the best quality. So this is new. I don't know how that works yet, but and this is something I already created. So let's create a new one. So we'll do this. We'll press this, and we can do it again. Did I do the 2 minutes or no? But let's do a longer one. What, the whole song for 2 minutes? I don't know. Let's do it anyway. So in here you see it's created the lyrics for me. I have to say that usually the lyrics are amazing, but they have a certain style that I always associate with audio. There's another software called Sora that is very famous for doing those things. You can also create an instrumental track, but you can also write your own lyrics, which I did a few times. Let's have a look what's happening. So I'm going to the library, and in the library you'll see what's happening. In the meantime, you can hear the song that I've made.
The puppy's glad he came to go. He now feels so much joy. He knows forever he'll remember that he's a really good boy.
I actually wrote those lyrics, but this is something that he wrote. Now, if this is too much for you, you can also create like really beautiful songs that are much smaller, slower. I know that I had a problem with, with this, but in here you can see created in a few styles, and you can specify the style that you want. Of course, some of the songs are good, some of them are not so good. But
go as gentle breeze a puppy roams, seeking the path that's calling.
Yeah, that's not really good. A bit silly. Let's see. That's why we have. Like...
In the heart of Goa, found my way to see a pup with humble eyes, seeking serenity. In an ashram light, my spirit took its flight, shared the tale of kibble under the moonlit night. Months taste the canine feast, you'll find your light. Dog food, enlightenment, shining oh so bright.
So you can basically now extend it and change and do a lot of things. So yeah, that's what I like about it. But you can see like it's pretty cool. And yeah, I love it. So this is one thing. Now the other thing is Gemini. So I tried to ask them Gemini to do this, and it says I'm still learning. I don't know how to do it. That's okay. I'm using Gemini mostly for the conversational side of things, and I said in that video I'm using it a lot for legal stuff. I know that it's not perfect, of course. I don't rely only on Gemini. Remember, I actually asked them recently about tenancy laws in Queensland, and he gave me the wrong answer, and I had to correct it, and that's a bit stupid. Like, you tell him, actually it's this and that, and then he says, you're absolutely right, I'm sorry that I didn't know it to start with, and then it brings me the right information. So remember, they lie, AIs, so you need to double check everything. However, just to talk to it, it's a little bit like I think for people in withdrawal, it would be more of like a support person. I One of my therapists actually introduced me to Wobot, which was a robot, basically a chatbot on your phone that is specifically for people with anxiety or mental health challenges and things like that. So I didn't use it much, but now that I have Gemini, you can ask him, I am feeling high anxiety. What are good things to do? And can you direct me to them? So he says, yeah, a lot of stuff. Anxiety can be really tough, but there are definitely things that you can do to help manage it. Here are a few strategies with some resource guide for you. Grounding, you know, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, I've tried that a lot of times and it didn't really do much for me, but there you go. And this is my favorite thing ever, focusing on your breath, 4, 7, 8 breathing. That's how I fall asleep, guys. This is how I fall asleep today, like every night. I do, I go to sleep, my mind is like I'm thinking about a lot of stuff, and then I do the 4, 7, 8 breathing for a few minutes. It's boring as hell, and I fall asleep. I don't remember how, of course, but I just fall asleep. Anxiety, yeah, go for a walk or a run. Remember with withdrawals from I would do physical activity, but from my personal experience I found that if I overdo it, it can actually create a setback. So do it, just don't think that you're going to become an athlete while you're in withdrawal. It's not I don't think that's something you need to concentrate about. You need to give your body enough energy to actually fix your health problems with your brain and your CNS. But this can actually promote that if you do it, moderately. Try yoga, mindfulness, and meditation. Meditation, of course, I actually downloaded Calm and Headspace and all of those, and I didn't really find them specifically for me more better than the ones that are available for free. But body scan. Body scan meditation is YouTube. So I would just look for Yoga Nidra. That's basically the same thing, only that I wouldn't do a very long one because if you look at my videos, it actually ruined my mom's birthday when I did one of those just before they came over. I was extremely if you didn't sleep, let's say if you didn't sleep the night before and you're very tired, that could actually make you extremely groggy if you do it for too much. The best amount of time is about 20 minutes, I would say, 10 to 20 minutes, and it actually can help. Creative arts and journaling, art and music, basically, yeah, everything. And then he's like giving me some information here, and I can say I live in Queensland, Australia, and it would know the context. That's good to know, and then it gives you, and that's I have a whole video about MH call in my story videos. I talk about them. Yeah, but it's good to know that it exists, and all sorts of things like that. Can you tell me a story, a soothing story to distract me? And look, he writes me a nice story to read, and it's sort of like a relaxing story. Okay, I just need someone to listen. Can you be a listener? Yes, I can be a listener. While I can provide the same emotional connections as human. I can offer safe and non-judgmental space for you to express yourself. So that's really good, guys. That's something really good. Now, the last thing I wanted to show, it's something you probably know, but I actually found specifically when I was in withdrawal that really helped me was Audible. Audible did not sponsor. Like they sponsor a lot of videos. No one sponsors my videos. I'm not that big, but maybe I will be, but not now. And yeah, and one of the books that are the first books that I read was there, The New Way to Say. So this is a really good book to read if you're in withdrawal. It talks about it actually gives you an understanding that you're not alone, and not only you're not alone, people um, around the world have panic attacks and anxiety that has nothing to do with withdrawing from a psychiatric drug. So and it gives you a system to use. So it's really good to listen to. The guy you'll hear,
Trying not to aggravate the sensations again.
look,
Your doctor may have a sympathetic ear, but unless they've experienced anxiety, they may never really be able to appreciate it.
People who don't understand can often lose patience. They might say
Yeah.
things like, come on, pull yourself together, or just snap out of it, which can really undo years of anxiety.
So this guy is amazing. He has a beautiful Irish accent that puts you at ease. I loved listening to it just for his voice, honestly. And yeah, there's a lot of practical stuff here that helps. So I would really recommend listening to this. And when you join, I think you get like a really good. I think it was free, and I got like 3 free. I don't know if they still do it. Credits. So I just got myself books, but you can see like I had other books here. This is exactly the same thing. There is based on her. I think that's what people told me, and it's really interesting because this is pretty old, uh, material. But unfortunately, I don't know if you can still listen to it. But yeah, it's very good. The happiness trap is very good. I highly suggest listen to it. It is accepted and commitment therapy, and there's a lot of stuff there. I did not practice it properly because I was in withdrawal and I was like, it's very hard to persist. But I suggest you do if you do this because it can actually help. This is not something for, I don't know if it's something for some people in withdrawal because, I wanted to do this so much. I'm very big on, new age stuff, and that's something that I wanted to do. And this is a book it's actually about near death experiences. It's more about people that die on the operating table and come back to life, and they tell them stories that, that just show that the soul persists, and it's really, really good. If you really want to know, by the way, this is something that might be controversial for some of you to hear from me, but I think it's really important. Um, Read Michael Newton's, who's apparently is unfortunately passed away. But well, not unfortunately, because if you read his book, you'll understand that there's nothing to it. You basically go back to your soul group and everything. But Journey of the Souls is the first book. Then Destiny of the Souls, and he has a channel. There's a channel for his institute that still works. So look it up on YouTube. Might find the address and put it in. But if you read this book, you'll understand what actually happens uh, between lives, and you'll understand also that what's going on with you right now is something you actually chose. Your spirit chose. It's a hard lesson, but it's a lesson, and you don't take. Some people do take too much on themselves for this lifetime, but in general, like, you usually do what you can, and I think you can actually find a PDF of it online. I know that it can be considered piracy, but he's dead, guys. So I hope that I can get his, and you could definitely find it in your library. If you have a library next to you, that book usually, I can find it in Brisbane in the Gold Coast for sure. So yeah, so look for it. It would give you comfort to read this book. So yeah, so that's all for today, guys. I hope that it gives you some information about what can help you, pass the time and do something that you might actually feel proud that you're doing, even though you're suffering. Remember, this is all temporary. You're going to get better, and yeah, and use those things. Just take care of yourself and be compassionate to yourself, and you'll be okay. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.